Northeast Ohio's #1 choice for news. Cleveland's own Fox 8 News starts now.
Now to a Fox 8 I-Team exclusive, rare footage of the Cleveland Mafia, not seen by police or the public since it was shot 60 years ago.
I-Team contributor Carl Monday has the film and also the story behind it.
For generations, the annual feast has celebrated life in Cleveland's historic Little Italy. A smorgasbord of entertainment and great food, deeply rooted in religious custom.
Holiday honoring the Mother Mary, a tradition brought over from Europe generations ago.
But decades ago here in Little Italy, there was another annual tradition, a party that you probably weren't privy to, where attendance, we're told, was by invitation only.
Some 60 years ago, this silent film was shot at one of those private parties. It's never been seen by the public until now. Not by police or the FBI, not even by ex-police chief, writer, and Cleveland Mafia expert Rick Porrello.
Have you ever seen or heard of this film that we're looking at right now?
No, never seen this film before. Had no idea that it existed, and I'm kind of surprised to find out that it does exist.
It's not so much what went on at the party, but who was there at what appears to be a typical neighborhood backyard cookout. Sure, there were the Murray Hill regulars, including some legitimate businessmen and small-time bookies, sporting nicknames like Chicken and Little Al. But those guys, they were bit players on the party invite list.
Well, this is the Cleveland Mafia. You got top guys there. That's John Scalish right there. That's the man, yep. The Cleveland mob boss. This is Jack White, or James Licavoli. Jack White would emerge as the Mafia boss in 1976. That's Leo Mosseri, Jack White's cousin. Mosseri would eventually become underboss under James Licavoli, but he wouldn't last long. He was killed in 1976, I believe.
What do you feel is the historic value of the film you just saw?
Is to see video, especially of that quality in that area with so many high-ranking Cleveland mobsters, and I suspect some out-of-towners there too, along with their friends and associates. That's pretty fascinating.
John Scalish ran Cleveland's Mafia for 32 years, but here he is, stripping ears of corn for the cookout, held in the parking lot behind a then Mayfield Road restaurant. Under Scalish's leadership, the local mob flew largely under the radar. While not hosting clam bakes, the Cleveland Mafia was quietly engaging in loan sharking, gambling, narcotics, and prostitution. But that veil of secrecy was about to change. When Scalish died of heart complications in 1976 and Licavoli took over the reins, it signaled the beginning of a bloody battle for control of Cleveland's mob.
It would mark the beginning of a war to control organized crime in this city.
37 bombings earned Cleveland the title Bomb City, USA. Victims included a Teamster leader.
Union leader John Nardi left his office for lunch. He would never make it. Instead, a car next to his exploded. He died shortly after.
Along with Nardi's sidekick, Collinwood gangster Danny Green.
But I have no axe to grind, but if somebody wants to come after me, we're over here by the Celtic Club. I'm not hard to find.
5 months after Nardi's untimely demise, Green's number came up.
In October, Green was blown to bits. It was this killing that government officials say was the act that proved a conspiracy by James Licavoli, John Calandra, and 4 others to control crime in northern Ohio.
Irishman's in business for himself now.
Green's life was immortalized in a book by Rick Porrello. The movie, Killed the Irishman, was based on the book. Before his own death, Green was suspected of engineering the bombing murder of Shonder Burns, another notorious Cleveland mobster chronicled by Porrello. The local underworld, now a violent contrast to 1960, when the cookout film we found was shot in Little Italy.
The Cleveland mob boss did in Cleveland. He liked things to be quiet. He didn't like to draw attention from the media, didn't like to draw attention from law enforcement.
Which raises several questions. Why did Cleveland's mob boss allow this cookout to be filmed back around 1960? Who shot the film? And how did we, 6 decades later, get our hands on it? We learned of the film's existence from a source in New York who put us in touch with a copy. We tracked the film to the man who shot it. He lives in an eastern Cleveland suburb. Tom Peterson is now 84 years old. He was only 24 when this guy, Slush, a comedian and reportedly a small-time bookie, along with a friend and Cleveland police detective who knew Licavoli, asked him to shoot the film. Peterson knew some of the characters in the video, but not necessarily what they did for a living.
Probably at the time, I didn't characterize it as being gangsters.
Peterson is actually a part of movie-making history. The audio equipment he helped popularize was used in major motion pictures. He also participated in the filming of 2 Cleveland-based blockbusters, The Deer Hunter and Christmas Story. As for the mob cookout film, he says he didn't get paid to shoot it, doesn't have a copy, and hadn't seen it in some 60 years after we began hunting it down.
What did you think when you saw that film again?
I was amazed.
What do you think the social significance of this film is?
No, very much historic.
With Hollywood's recent infatuation with the mob in movies like The Irishman, Peterson says the 12-minute mob movie he shot deserves another look.
So there's all these Hollywood pictures about it, but you shot the real thing. I mean, you were there.
Yeah.
You shot the honest-to-goodness
Right.
mafia film 60 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Not many people can say that.
Carl Monday, Fox 8 I-Team.
Trip back in time, Carl. Thank you. The entire film runs about 12 minutes. You can watch it